Your time starts now.
Hello everyone, I'm Karthik from PepperTalk. We are essentially building a backbone for in-app communication. This is basically our elevator pitch. We are a B2B solution for mobile apps, and we help apps do two things very well. One is enable conversations between their users and then engage their users much better. I'd like this Dilbert to show some interesting things on what is happening in the world today. There are some of us who are Dilberts, there are a lot of you are actually Ashoks. It's a mobile-only world, and are the apps really ready for this mobile-only world? This is a sample app, this is a property app, and I want to illustrate the pain that is there in the app ecosystem nowadays. If you look at the last section, the apps have outsourced communication. Essentially, to do anything, to connect with users, the apps are asking you to get out of the app. What does this mean? All your mailboxes, your call logs are cluttered, you have a terrible user experience. And what does it mean for the apps? The apps lose user engagement and monetization opportunities. And this is just scratching the surface. We spoke to a bunch of apps who are exhibiting here, and all of them want something. We've seen a good 40% need good user-to-user communication, and pretty much 100% need good in-app engagement. And there are a bunch of categories that we've actually scoured, and a bunch of use cases for which apps can do much better. So how do they solve this problem? They need to build solid in-app communication. But we also know that it's not an easy problem to solve, especially if that is not your core use case. And this is where we come in. We are PepperTalk. What we give is an SDK for iOS, Android, and web. It's about 12 lines of code for app developers, about an hour of work. And what they get in return is complete in-app communication, which is scalable, which is customizable, and is feature-rich. So they can do a lot of things to enable user engagement and user-to-user communication. So what happens? This is how PepperTalk will transform the app. Well, no more calling, emailing. Just stick a chat button, and you click the chat button, in-app chat screen opens up. You do all the transaction-related communication with an agent, with a seller in the real estate app, and there you have it. You don't have to ever leave the app. What is the market we're looking at? Well, mobile engagement services, according to Forrester, is a multi-billion-dollar market, and we are targeting the core of it, which is communication. And this is how we are hoping to reach the market. We have two customer segments primarily, app developers and product heads. And we're reaching them online, offline, and via partnerships. We launched in March of this year, and in the last couple of months, we are live on 3 apps. We are powering chat for about 300,000 MAUs so far. In the pipeline, we have about a dozen apps that will go live in the next couple of weeks, and 75 app developers have signed up. What are the use cases we have powered so far? You've got a buyer-seller chat. There's an app in Hong Kong which is doing chat around weather, and there's a sports fans chat room around cricket matches in India. Business model is pretty straightforward. It's a subscription model. Apps pay for every monthly active user that chats. Our team, we're all serial entrepreneurs. We've all done startups together with some success. We founded startups in mobile, in real-time communication. I'm Karthik, and my 2 co-founders are here. Well, we are looking for some money to scale, to hire, and to sell more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any comments from the judges?
You said that you charge for monthly active users. How much do you charge exactly?
So we have a tiered pricing model. So up to first 1,000 we are giving it free, and then it goes up. If you have 1 million monthly actives, you pay about $1,000 a month.
And then it's actually pretty impressive that you've got people to actually install your app and SDK, considering how relatively new you guys are, like automatically. Are they deployed on production devices right now?
Yes. So one of the apps in India called Magic Bricks, which is a leading property app, they are live on Android with our SDK.
And then how did you get those first users and customers?
So out of the three, two of them found us via SEO. Magic Bricks, we reached out via LinkedIn. We reached out to the head of product. We pitched a value proposition of chat, and that is how.
And then, no, that's great. It's all inbound, which is like incredible. The next thing is I'm trying to figure out here is your value proposition to them. So what have you told them exactly that you're going to be able to do? So have you actually have numbers and case studies information from those users yet? Like how long have they been deployed?
So our biggest app went live exactly a month ago, and it's a real estate app. So they are trying to get all their users to upgrade the app and get on board. So what's happened is a significant amount of conversations are staying in the app. So our value proposition is you're going to be able to know.
Are they actually selling more homes or getting more clients? That's like the biggest thing. If it
So-
actually works, then it's a moneymaker.
Right. So what we have heard from them is to know, see, a couple of things. What we have in our discussions with potential customers has been, okay, what are they talking about? So if the conversation stays in the app, they know what they're talking about, which properties they're interested in, which location they're interested in, so they can upsell. Whether it is an advertisement that they want to stick into the stream, so be it. But that's fundamentally they're losing that data now to other platforms. So that's the value proposition they are interested in, and this is providing them that.
In terms of competitive difference, I mean, this is the way I see it. It's a pretty red ocean in terms of there's Layer in the U.S.
Yes.
There's Wavecell in Singapore, who's doing a lot of volume in this perspective, and there's a lot of other Eastern European competitors who are pushing into Europe very aggressively with this exact model, but it actually has more functionality and capacity. What is your kind of your market strategy? Where is your focus right now? Purely on India to get that first maneuver advantage geographically?
Not necessarily. So we do know about Layer, of course. A couple of others we have not heard of. Like I said, one of the apps came to us from Hong Kong.
For example, like Facebook has this function. Like now you can sparse out Facebook's application, and actually, they could use Facebook's Graph API plus the text functionality and integrate it into their apps, right? So I just want to know actually how is it different from it?
So the Facebook app or messaging that they introduce is not so much for people who want to own a native in-app communication. It is for people who don't have an app. What we are powering is fundamentally user-to-user communication inside your own app. So in that aspect, it's more a Layer kind of a company which is there. And chat is, by the way, only one of the use cases. We provide a significantly advanced backend platform which enables any real-time communication. So it doesn't, like one of the apps we've spoken to is a car sharing app, a ride sharing app. It's not about text messaging. They want to do a real-time location sharing between people who have signed up to a carpool. So they can take any data and render it any way they want. We'll just be the pipe through which it goes to all the users.
So can you reiterate your core technology, your core competency again? Because it
So
doesn't seem like that.
So the core technology is a real-time communication layer that helps apps connect users in their apps so they can have any type of communication, whether it is chat messaging, whether it is sending location data. But fundamentally, it's a real-time communication layer.
Generally, with those three cases, do you connect to the profiles of the users that these app operators own? Do you become part of the identity system as well?
No, actually we don't get into user management. So the apps do whatever they have to do. They tell us, okay, these are the two apps, these are two users in the app that we want to connect, and then we take over. The user management is done by the parent app.
For follow up on that. So do you retain history of chats on your server? Do you
No,
allow
no,
them
no, we
to
don't.
report?
What we do is we give a real-time fire hose that the parent app can tap into and do whatever with the data. The only data we retain is till it is delivered to the recipient device.
So it's transient usage.
Yes, completely.
Okay, that's all the time we have right now.
Thank you very much.